Good day, everybody. I haven't been on here for a while. Been sort of staying low keyed after the recent election, which to me, it still seems a little bit rigged, but it's very quiet on DT's side after the election. No complaining, so I find that very interesting. I not showing myself right now because I look really beat, but that's okay. My question is, why is DT so revengeful? I can't see why a person who's so guilty and has gone to court so much, and in New York, he's fined 34 times as a felon and rapist, that um, he continually delays and fights these court cases. And he's been doing this way before he ever became a president, beating court cases and not paying people back. The other thing is, I mean, you can see where he's been a womanizer. And, we all fall short of sin. It's, true. We do. And but looking at this person, our democracy laws have allowed a felon to become president, and that has to change because when Hitler became president, the democracy laws in German, Germany were the same. The other thing is, since the 70s, Trump has been complaining about social media and the news. And now I just foresee, I don't know who else foresees this, but we have Project 2025 coming along. And when they cut programs in states where people really need those programs. You're hurting the people. Uh, when Americans um, elect you as president, you're supposed to work for us, not abuse us and then seek revenge. And then DT says anybody that says anything nasty about him or negative about him, he's going to sue them. I mean, that's like what Hitler did. And, they limit freedom of speech in Russia and China. We don't live in countries like that. We have freedom of speech here. So the man, he's, you know, interrupting our freedom of speech from the Constitution. He's cutting into that. And that's just not fair for anybody. Um, that's just not right. And I saw a young man, he has a YouTube channel. He's 22 years old, and he talks about the news every day, and he also goes out in public and interviews people. He doesn't have the money at 22 if he gets sued. I mean, look, that's just not right, people. We have platforms, and we should be able to write and say what we want to say. As long as we do it with dignity, let's have some respect. I mean, I don't look, I'll put it this way. Kindergarten through high school, I was bullied. I was choked when I was 5 years old and tormented up until I graduated. Then I went to college. Everything was cool in college. We didn't have any of that bullying. But then I noticed going out to the workplace that there were cliques and people that bullied or just plain right. They didn't even know you and they just hated you. And I thought this stopped in grade school and high school. and it continues on in adults. So now we have someone coming into office in January that has a very fragile ego that can't stand everybody saying negative things about him. Well, he's the one that caused these things in the first place. He he's the one that's done this to himself. But I just can't understand why the Republican Party don't stand up and confront this person. He acts like a mob boss. You know, we don't need a mob boss as president. We need a president that works for the people, all of us. You can't have chaos and division in a nation and think that you have control of those people. No, what happens is you lose respect from us. It goes down. After a while, it just goes down and crumbles. And then we're no longer the top nation. We, in the eyes of European countries, even the countries that this new president likes over our allies, they disrespect him already. It's just not right. And, you know, no one needs to live. We don't need to live by Project 2025, which might as well be like we're living in China. You can't get rid of like things for children and things for seniors, um, things that we need to live by. You just can't do that and then smile at your mansion and say to your guests you'll be giving them tax cuts, and then there's never going to be a middle class here. You're just either going to be poor or you're going to be rich, and that's it. And it's just not looking good. And I'm sure a lot of people are stressed. And I'm already seeing some programs cut before this person gets into office. And I ask, not myself, I'm not on Twitter X anymore. I deactivated my account after the election because I had someone saying to me, "Oh, I know where you live. I'm coming for you." And then I posted a nice picture of my dad for Veterans Day, and this person, a female, had the nerve to call my father, a World War II vet, a pedophile and a rapist. So the um, ex asked me while I was going out the door why I was deactivating my account. I said, because I've been, after the election, I've been threatened. I've had people like talking to me violently, um, and trolling, and that's uncalled for. You don't do that to another American person here. I'm, you know, I noticed when we had the last couple hurricanes, it didn't matter if you were the Republican, Independent, Republican, everybody helped each other. But the only one that was complaining about FEMA and FEMA not helping was that X45 making a big complaint. Did that help with things to get better? No, you don't do that. You don't tear and divide this country apart. You know, Europe, everybody looks at us, um, and our economy compared to other countries that have had leaders killed or resigned and violence with um, wars and riots, we're doing pretty good. But right now for 2025, it's looking bleak. There's a lot of darkness around this next year. And it's because of a certain person that wants to cause chaos and division amongst us and get rid of the middle class. And if you're um gonna increase tariffs to Mexico and Canada. My God, and just a little bit to China. You're you're causing trade wars, and who gets to deal with that and gets taxed more on that? We do, the American people. It's just not right. And when you say no, yes, no, the next president said he wasn't Christian. And excuse me if you hear my dog bark. It could be the male person coming. Um, if you um now I lost my train of thought because the dog is ready to bark at the mailman. You know, hold on. Sadie, no. Sadie, be a good girl. Sadie, here, here she is. She has something to say. Who was that? Was that our next president at the door? Did you give him an earful? Huh? Is that the next president? Go chew him up. So we can't. Sorry for the. You know, this next president mentioned in an interview on TV that he was not Christian. And he's pulled through his rallies and through his talks in this past year that he was pulling for Christians. And then it just slipped out one day that he was not a Christian. If you're a true Christian, you do not cause chaos, violence, threatening behavior, revengeful, bullying. You don't do those things to people. You do as Jesus had said to his followers and for all of us to show love and compassion, to do unto others as you would have them do unto you, and to repent. No one gets anywhere by bullying, by revenge. If that feeds your ego, you're just going around in a circle. You're not moving forward, you're moving backwards, and you're losing respect from people. People eventually move away from a bully. There's no respect. You have to have equal respect in a friendship, relationship, whatever, to work. And we need that here in America. We need a president that goes into office and looks at the welfare of the people. We have to have that. And we all have to write to our representatives in our states or call up on the phone or do whatever you have to do to reach out to people because, I mean, 2025, there's so much darkness here in America. And then around the world, it's even bleaker. I mean, it is so bad. Can you imagine if a foreign country were to invade America right now? I mean, the last time we had any wars here were the Civil War and when Britain came back, what, in 1812 or 1814? But that was it. But I'm talking about land invasions and missiles targeting America. So we all have to, and that's just fear. So we all have to get along. We all have to repent, forgive, and it doesn't look, God doesn't matter whether you're a Republican or Democrat or whatever. He just wants you to be kind and helpful to each other. The whole thing about life is your morals and your values. But when they go down the wrong road of, oh, I'm going to be revengeful, everybody that was mean to me, I'm going to hit them back real hard. I mean, the time I got choked at 5 years old in the coat room, I still remember it. Um, I didn't see that kid till I was 17. And a friend, we were at a car wash, and my girlfriend was with me. Um, and I said, "Oh, there's that kid Tim that joked me when we were in kindergarten." And she goes, "Why don't you go up to him and tell him how you feel?" And I go, "No, I'm just going to watch him wash my car because look what his life became." So just because you're rich or a billionaire or a millionaire, you don't treat people badly. I mean, I could think of some rich people right now that are very humble, like Keanu Reeves, who doesn't even, like Jesus didn't want people to know what he did. Keanu Reeves, he's very humble. If he does something for somebody, no matter who they are, um, out on the street, um, he lays low. He doesn't brag about those things, just like Johnny Depp. Those two give unconditionally. And our president has to have a heart like that. And right now, I just see a lump of coal in President 47. That's not good. And nobody can change him because since he was a kid, one time he attacked and hit his teacher, and even going to military school, it just increased him being dominating and being a bully. You cannot intimidate the American people. You might have controlled your MAGA group of people, but you're not going to intimidate all of us. It's going to crash. We're looking for a peaceful transition and a better quality of life right now. You don't look the stock market, if it's at 24,000 points right now and you're talking to a billionaire who's like bouncing off the walls like a little kid, who helped you get into to win the election, um, what does that do for us? You know, honestly, what does that do for America? You want to crash the stock market and let everybody lose their money, and that makes you happy? In the long run, that just makes you soulless. You get off on other people like losing out because you think you have control and you can intimidate and use mobsters and use Russian mobsters and local mobsters to help you. No, that that to me is just like you never grew up past the age of 4. And that's called a moya. It's a child in a grown man's body and outfit. And that's what we have with these billionaires and President 47 coming in. And, um, it is going to be what it's going to be. And all I can do is pray and pray with my friends and other people that are like me that want to see this country succeed and not go down the hole. And I'll pray for President 47, um, that maybe one day, I doubt it, uh, that he might have a change of heart how he is for regular people, like middle class, lower class, all people that has some compassion for people, not lie about it and twist it around and then, oh, I'm in now and I'm going to help the billionaires and forget you middle class people. It's just, you know, what more can I say? So, you know, thumbs up if you understand what I talked about today. Sorry about Sadie. She had to get a word in there. And, it just gets tiresome. And um, I'm tired. And I was really hoping for a better outcome for this election. But these billionaires talked, and you know, like Jesus said, money doesn't get you to heaven. It doesn't get you through those gates. And if you don't care about and believe in heaven or God or Jesus, that's your story. This is my thoughts, my opinions on this video today. You can take it or leave it. I don't care. So on that note, have a blessed day.